All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about one of the hottest teams in the AFC, the Denver Broncos. Let me check my notes real quick. Oh yeah, three, one, two, three. That's three straight victories for the Denver Broncos with a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. But hold on, let me check my notes again. I was told that our offseason predictions of the Denver Broncos being a playoff capable team with the future franchise being set because you have your franchise QB in Bo Nix. Let me check my notes. Oh, well, you guys lost to one of the better defenses in the NFL, and I get it. They lost to the Giants today, so it's not as good as it would have been a day ago. But, oh, yeah, they lost by 6 points on the road in Bo Nix's rookie debut to the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, all right. And then week 2, they had another one possession loss to like a top 3 defense in the NFL in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. And then they go up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, win 26-7. And actually, like, people just didn't really even comment on that. And then, oh yeah, that's right. Last weekend you played the Jets, but because you only won 10-9, and Bo Nix in the first half, like, historically, like, we talked about it this week, like, Bo Nix really, really struggled in the first half against the New York Jets. But as you saw earlier today, if you watched that London game against the Minnesota Vikings, that the Jets defense, yeah, they're a pretty great defense. And I have a feeling that, even though the Denver Broncos are currently 3-2, winning the last 3 games, I have a feeling people will still just use this Raiders loss not as praise or flowers to the Broncos. I'm assuming tomorrow it will be, all right, Devontae Adams is certainly getting traded. Let's see where he's getting traded to. So, folks, welcome back to the channel. It's late night here. If you guys can't tell, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I will never apologize for my Broncos takes this entire summer. If we could try and get this video to 300 likes for the 3 straight wins, folks, that would mean the absolute world to me. I seriously cannot commend the Denver Broncos fan base enough. Obviously this team is really solid, and we're going to talk about it in just a second here. But we've been making Broncos videos for a little over a year. I saw the vision in the offseason. I'm not trying to give flowers or praise to myself, but I just want to say the Broncos have a really talented roster, and I will go out of, can't think of a word, of course. I will make a take here and say the Broncos might have the most underrated defense in the National Football League. And like we said last week, when you took down the New York Jets 10-9, everybody in the national football media world was thinking, oh my God, the Jets, wow, they're really bad. They just scored 9 points. What's wrong with Aaron Rodgers? Is it Robert Saleh? Is it the cadence? What's the issue with the New York Jets? It had nothing. There was not a single NFL media thing that I watched last week that gave kudos and props and credit where it was due to the Denver Broncos defense and organization as a whole. Folks, not Broncos fans, non-Broncos fans, listen up. When you have a rookie quarterback, typically your offense isn't going to be the best in the National Football League the day he steps out onto the field. Now, obviously, Bo Nix isn't blowing anybody's socks off statistically, but if you watched this game, you're down 10-0 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, you saw it today. It's a really talented Raiders defense, and you guys are in the same division, so you know what I'm talking about here. Bo Nix, 19 of 27, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, including a rushing touchdown. So Bo Nix, let me check my notes once again. Let me double check this. All right, so Bo Nix had no turnovers and 3 total combined touchdowns. All right. And this was his 5th ever start in the National Football League against the top 10 defense in the Las Vegas Raiders. Once again, okay. All right. Yeah. Nobody's got to give him props. No one's got to give him kudos because that's what we're here for. Broncos fans, just shout out to you, respect to you for dealing with this BS. And it's just, whether it was Russ or whoever your past quarterbacks have been, it just doesn't matter. The Mile High football team does not get any credit when credit is due. Folks, Bo Nix, I just can't emphasize it enough. You watch a dude like Mark Sanchez, former NFL quarterback. Listen to an NFL former quarterback try to give you a play call, a simple play call from Sean Payton. And you can tell me, oh, well, Bo Nix he's old, right? Yeah, oh yeah, he's a little bit old. Okay. He's still a rookie. He's still barely played a month in the NFL. I don't care how you want to chalk it up, whether it's the defense, whether it's the coaching, whether it's luck or the quarterback. If you're 3-2 in the first 5 games of the regular season with a rookie quarterback, I don't care if it's Caleb frickin' Williams, I don't care if it's CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, it doesn't matter to me. If you're 3-2 with a rookie quarterback, yeah, some props should be given. All right. I just feel like in the social media era of this society that we live in now, like this era of time, I feel like people are so quick to judge, and it's just like Twitter, like you want views, you want likes, you want clicks. I get it. I just hate like sports media. It's always so negative. I've never understood it. Javonte Williams, welcome back, baby. 13 carries, 61 yards. We'll get into his receiving game in just a second. Jaleel McLaughlin, a couple of carries for 22 yards. Nothing too crazy in the receiving department, considering Javonte Williams was the leading receiver, whether it was receptions or yards. Javonte Williams, 5 catches for 50 yards. Lil Jordan Humphrey, 2 catches, 48 yards. Cam Sutton. I feel like I do that in every Broncos video I make. I'm sorry, I make a lot of Steelers videos. Cortland Sutton, 2 catches, 32 yards. Troy Franklin, a catch and 20 yards, and obviously dropped that wide open touchdown. But thankfully, the Denver Broncos scored 34 unanswered points before, what was it, Madison or Abdullah? I think it was Abdullah scoring a last-minute touchdown for the Raiders. And this isn't really easy for me. I've been covering the Raiders on YouTube for like 3 years now, and it's an impressive win, no matter how you want to chalk it up. I have to talk about this defense. I feel like I always run out of time talking about the best part of the Broncos team, and it's this defense. And it's, we always, my favorite example of like, do you think the Broncos defense is good or not? Like the preliminary question for how you know if somebody knows about the Broncos defense is Zach Allen. Is Zach Allen a good defensive player? Do you know who Zach Allen is? Is he good? Is he good enough? Because he's good enough. 7 total tackles and a sack. Justin Strnad, out of nowhere the last 2 weeks, 9 total tackles today. Cody Barton, 7 tackles. McMillan, stud. Riley Moss and Pat Surtain, it might be the best cornerback duo that's emerged. I feel like the cornerback room is so interesting, and I feel like it should be like, okay, this year's best edge rusher, this is not literal. This year's best edge rusher is TJ Watt. Last year it's Aiden Hutchinson. Last year it's Bosa, right? Like, it changes on a year-to-year basis, but for some weird reason, Pat Surtain does not get the respect he's given. 100-yard pick 6, but the craziest thing is that wasn't his only interception of the day. Riley Moss, young kid in his second year out of Iowa with an interceptions. He had a phenomenal first 5 games of the season. The Broncos are legit, whether people want to believe it or not. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me. It certainly doesn't matter to my Broncos fans watching this video. But I had to give you guys credit because credit is due. That's it for tonight. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button for daily NFL content along with a couple of Broncos videos every single week. Folks, we're going to get more in depth in this football game in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that. But guys, give me your player of the game down below. Peace.